Now, Algeria, since we're on the northern part of Africa now, an Algeria-based agri-food company known as SIPA Africa set to host an African food debate and trade show in Dakar, Senegal. So it's in North Africa, but over in West is where it's happening. At the end of November, Arise business correspondent and show anchor Bosun Omofaya caught up with the CEO of SIPA Food, Dr. Amin Ben Saman, and Chiraz Ben Saman of Pitch World Fast at the ongoing Intra-Africa Trade Fair in Cairo. Let's listen in.
I'm going to ask you, about your big business in the agriculture sector for Africa. What are you bringing to the table to be a game changer?
Okay. I think Africa for Algerian people is very, very important now. And our events, SIPSA Algeria, is on the 20 years organizing events in North Africa. And now we go to Africa, and the first event we do in Dakar, in Senegal, is SIPSA Africa Food Dakar. This is events, Pan-African events, because we want to go on other countries as Mali and Konotu and everywhere in Africa every year. And the main events in Algiers is in next May, in the 22 edition, and the African are welcome on this event. African, we are going to put Egypt as a country of honor, but Africa, all the African people are invited, and EFT also have a stand with us in next year in Algiers.
Are you interested in the new intra-Africa trade?
Yeah, for sure. We are always near all the trade between Africa and the ZLECAf countries, because the ZLECAf is Algeria is the first country who was asked about ZLECAf, and they signed the protocol, and they began to work. Our action in Senegal is the first time, because in Senegal we have some accord for ZLECAf countries and to make exchange between us. Yes. This is an opportunity for trade in Algeria.
How big is your business in Algeria?
Oh, in agriculture matters. Yes, the agriculture is the main economic people who are working on different sector of agriculture and developing the sector of breeding, arboriculture, aquaculture, fish, etc. And she was developing very, very, very fastly in Algeria. And with help in the agro industry, we transform also the products for African country to make exchange with the raw material we have, and the experience with the Algerian to have to produce the agro industry sector. Voilà.
Interesting. Are you very big footprint, not just in Algeria, but other North African countries as well, for Sabisa?
Yes, it's a North African country, that's Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Libya. We have contact with them, but we begin with this country to make trade between us, and now for us, for the Algerian people, for the Algerian country, we have the opportunity for African more than North Africa, for African South and Sahel and everything.
Interesting, Ms. Chiraz, about doing business in Africa and making sure that Africa gets the necessary exposure as far as conferences, as webinars are concerned, to promote intra-Africa trade. What are your thoughts here at the IATF in Cairo, Egypt?
I think the first thing is that it is very important as African that we know what our neighbors do. What is their competitive advantage? How do they produce? What do they produce? What do they need? What are the gaps that we can fill in? So this is what the IATF also allows us to do, is like learning more of what are the other countries. I met with a couple of export agencies, because through the work that we do with the African webinars or our conference talking about growth, we need to understand and we need to make sure that we do not duplicate the effort. We need to collaborate. We need to build on what exists. The AFCFTA today talked about the outlook that they are doing. They're talking about all these tools, and we need to build on that. So the IATF is a great tool for us to really move forward, move the business, and really not only talk, but actually walk the talk and really taking actions.
Across which countries or regions on the continent are you looking to play a major role?
I am very proud to say that we are really having a Pan-African action. I'm from Algeria, and interestingly enough, unfortunately, it seems to still have a divide between North and Sub-Saharan, which is more something that we have to be clear was done by international agencies and before. But till today, even actually in some report or some support that we can have, even agencies have like Sub-Saharan Africa and North Africa. So us as African, we have to first to make sure that we are collective, we are one Africa. So for us, it's really this. There are no borders. Those borders anyway are fictional. So we really need to know more. So for us, we work with North African region. We work with Senegal, Cameroon. We work with Kenya, Ethiopia, South Africa. So there are no borders, and our businesses today as African business have to be international. They have to be African and international. We don't cater only to national, but really African and international.